All right, let's go into the Willy Wonka of Pepsi. Let's go into Andrew Allen.
I almost wore a suit like that. Like, I'm serious. I was this close, and my wife, I broached the idea with her, and then like it got late. I had to cook dinner and stuff, and it got kind of late, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna dip over there.
Well, I think I was trying to do the whole point where you always tell me, Allen Beverages has been in, I mean, it's a generational family business. I mean, y'all are, besides Mama Seafood 2, are the second number one biggest businesses.
Yeah, I mean it.
I love Mama Seafood,
dude. Let me explain a stat that's kind of frightening. Okay, out of family-owned businesses, the third generation is normally the generation where the family sells, and it's 97% of third generations don't make it. So if you can make it past me, and my kids can get on, we have 100% of it keeping going.
Well, you just gotta do like your dad did to you, sweep the floors.
Yeah, clean up, pushing a push broom that weighs more than you do.
Yeah, and then you look at like Little Roy and people like that. You look at Little Roy with Andicorp. He called me last week, and he's actually Allen Beverage is a big sponsor of the Pink Dress Run. So is Andicorp, but it's like he has the same lessons with his father.
Yep.
You're not just giving things.
No, I think it was tough growing up and doing all that stuff and kind of not wanting to. You have those early. You go on a route truck for a month straight. Those Fridays when you've been on it all week, you're waking up at 4 a.m. and your body's just like, one more day, and then you get to rest. But I mean, it's tough. But you know what? It was the greatest gift that I was ever given, because the guys I'm working with and I ran routes with, I'm now managing, and there's a healthy level of respect that it was earned, not given, between us. And we've sweat together. We've been in dark 53-foot trailers stacking water together. We've been through the horrible weather, the cold winters, throwing drinks where you need gloves, and then it's an interesting thing that I was put through that, because it earned respect with the guys that I need the most who work for me. And I respect them and I treat them like family. I love all of them. They're my favorite. The employees I get to work with on a daily basis are my favorite thing about my job.
Can you actually drive one of them trucks?
I have a light commercial license. Yeah.
Can you actually drive one of the trucks?
I can't. Listen.
Can you back it in?
Yes, I have. I have before. I don't have a Class A. I just have a Class D light commercial. So I mean, I can drive a straight truck. I've backed trucks into docks before, but I don't have a Class A. So when I was doing it, it was not necessarily on the up and up.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like y'all's the architecture of the building and stuff. I mean, you got some tight areas.
Yes, and it's only getting tighter, my man.
I'm one of them people. I'm not going to ever back up a big truck. I give respect to anybody that can do that.
It's easier than backing up a short truck.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I would like to talk to you about you growing up in the business. Yeah, I mean, now you're the president of the company.
Mm-hmm.
But how's it changed from 2000 to 2005, the industry of like sodas? Now you're seeing a more I would say more of like a energy drink driven world too now, and a water world. Everything's I've been having an alkaline machine for 10 years with my cerebral palsy, because having clean water,
it helps.
But now I see that you're carrying brands. You're carrying one of the top energy companies like Celsius. How's it changed from like, remember when me and you were kids, we'd go to the convenience store, spend 50 cents and get us
$5 used to get you something.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd have change.
But when we used to get them like 50 cents, you get you a little canned Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Get you some sunflower seeds, get you some sunflower seeds and
a little trick with that, right? So those canned Pepsis, those loose canned Pepsis on the top shelf that you used to have, that was huge money for the convenience store owner. Because you got to think about it. They're buying those, like, even if they're for 50 cents, 70 cents, they're buying those for 12 packs to sell for 12 packs, and they're busting them up and selling them for singles. So the margin on each one of those cans is like increasing how much money they were. So that was one of the things that convenience store owners would do, is they would take 12 packs, bust them open and make a shelf, and then they would make probably $3-4 more off of that case than they would if they were selling it straight up as a 12 pack.
We're talking like Mr. Love back in the day with his convenience store.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Knick-knack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him at Woody's.
Yeah, he lived down the street from me. I was always found at the Loves, Miss Pullman. And she would always ask me if I had told my mom that I was down there, and I always lied and said yes. And then she would call my mom, and my mom would be like, "Where's Andrew? Is he at your house?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, he told me that he knew you were here." And so I always got caught in a lie. I started fessing up and saying, "No, my mom doesn't know I'm here." I ride my bicycle. They lived on the same street as me. You know where Dennis and Janet live? Okay, so if you are driving up Courthouse Road, right, and then you have Roy's house and all that on the right, if they have two entrances. They live on Kimball Drive, my street that I live on. You can get to the back way to their house, and they have a cut through straight off Courthouse. You can go to their house right there.
I mean, I pretty much stay on Kendall Avenue. Shout out to Marty Wilson.
Yeah.
Or John's on Courthouse. I'm not going to give out his actual road.
Yeah. I know where he's at, but let's leave it.
It's a small road.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of like that little convenience store, and I kind of, that's a cool little. I mean, even the Bayview little mini store. I love going in, like
Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know him personally.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I just know that I grew up in Latimer, and across the street from my house was a store called Crewthurst Country Corner.
I know Miss Crewthurst.
So
I knew Miss Crewthurst.
The house on the corner with the pond was my family home.
Okay.
So I would have a.
She had our crazy boys in there.
Yeah, Kendall.
Yep.
And I had her husband, Mr. Erie, used to pull a gun out on me because I forget my keys for school when I got a school bus, and he'd be like, he'd pull out he's pulled a gun on me a few times. But cool thing about that is growing up is, we had an oyster driveway, so I never had a bicycle. I had a four wheeler.
Man.
But I would have a voucher, he'd grab a little piece of paper, and he would get my Jolly Ranchers down, and I'd fill up my ATVs, and he would just note it, because I could drive down anywhere I want when I was growing up. Back then there wasn't that many sheriffs. Shout out, Billy Bryant, but the cops let us go. And
well, they knew you. They knew you who your dad was.
But for a long time, my allowance was my parents paying the end of the month.
You had a tab.
Yeah, but it was a paper tab.
Oh yeah, they still do that.
That's what I was telling my stepdad. He said SF Almonds, and I didn't know this. He goes, the owner there has tabs for people.
Mr. Farrell.
I think that's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's very old school. But let me get back to your original question about what has changed since 2000 to now, right? The beverage space has expanded, right? Meaning there are alkaline waters, there are enhanced waters, there are enhanced caffeinated waters, there are, there's pH balanced enhanced waters.
You got muscle milk.
Yeah, you have the protein space, the energy space, which is one of the fastest growing spaces there is. You have the teas, you have juices, you have hybrids, you have juices and teas mixed together. You have soft drinks, you have isotonics, you have all this kind of stuff.
What's an isotonic?
Isotonic is Powerade and Gatorade. It's anything that has like a certain level of electrolytes in it. And, it's what I think has happened is that, it used to be, soft drinks were 50% of the mix, right? That's what you sold. You were a Pepsi distributor, and people drank a lot of soft drinks. And I think that, through the years, people have noticed the levels of sugar, and that's why everybody's pushing to zero. That's why zero, everything, Coke, Pepsi, they are the fastest growing products right now are zeros. That's why you notice all the LTOs, the limited time offerings that Mountain Dew has or anything like that, they're going to have a regular and a zero that comes out because those zero customers are just, they're looking for it. And
what's zero versus diet? Sorry.
Okay, diet has calories in it. Zero does not. Okay. Like if you look on a diet Mountain Dew 20 ounce, it still has some calories. It isn't, but zero has 0 calories.
So, okay. Is there any kind of like extra additives and stuff? Or,
depends on what the sweetener's with, right? So like they've come out with all these different hybrid sweeteners. Like they have one called phenylalanine that is really, this is one of the one that's probably in this one right here. It's Pepsi Zero Sugar with cherries and cream. Yeah. Contains phenylalanine. But it's a 0 calorie sweetener is what it is. They find ones that work, like the ones that were like the aspartame and the Splenda and the sucralose and all that. Like they all have a very specific aftertaste, aspartame especially. But phenylalanine is pretty smooth as far as the sweetener is concerned.
Okay, so they're just what they're doing now is they're just putting more research and making a better carbonated drink.
Pretty much. But yeah, so it's just the portfolio has expanded. I mean, we always joke around, and you look at like our load sheets that we used to have. They used to be 1 page, and it would have all the products that you would have, and it was an 8.5 by 11, and then it filled up like half the page. Now they're legal, so they're 14 by 8.5, and it's both sides. So we have almost 630 SKUs in our warehouse.
And how do you? I mean, I know you're Allen Beverages. I mean, yeah, of course you got Pepsi on front of that building.
Yeah, that's the name on the door. Yeah.
Yeah, but how are you able? Do you have to go out to? Do you have to just sell what Pepsi has, like a franchise, or do you go out and you find drinks, or do they find you?
Both. I mean, some of them they'll find you. You know, you'll have opportunities that'll arise. You know, and it's few and far between, but most of the time it's the decisions that parent company PepsiCo is making that normally utilizes what we're going to sell and where we're going to sell it, because
and you have to sell it.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, really? So if they're not like, hey, Andrew, we got this new product, you got to buy.
You can say
you got to buy 8 crates.
You can say no. I mean, I'm an independent bottler, which means I can make the decision I want. So if it's not good for my company, and I don't think that the public down here on the coast are going to drink it, then I can say no.
How often do you say no versus yeses?
Sometimes I do, but I mean, normally it's on like, hey, I don't think that this flavor is going to work, right? Like we don't drink a whole lot of unsweet tea down here.
Really?
Not really. Not particularly.
I know you got that Brisk brand. I drink that.
We have Pure Leaf. That's our high end. So Brisk has always been good. The lemon.
I love Brisk.
You get an ice cold one.
I know.
And it's out in the heat. It's not carbonated, so you can like pound that stuff.
All right, hold on. We got some. Hey, Uncle Jerry, Dwayne, boss man. It's Uncle Jerry's in here. It's talking to you. It's another employee. Luther, Allen. I love this episode you did with Rip, the owner of 94.5.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
appreciate it.
Yeah. And
that's my guy. These are some of my guys.
Okay.
That's Dwayne Dice. I've known him since he was 19. He's known me since I was 12. Up, and that's Jerry.
Yeah, it's my mom's little brother.
Yeah. He has to have him and his wife have to share a Facebook page together.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when he sold RC Cola?
What he's doing is he's setting the trend before everybody else hops on it. Everybody's going to soon have one Facebook page with their wife.
Oh, Brooke, where's the blue suit at? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, but I wanted to do the flyer, guys, because I wanted to, people think Pepsi and they just think Allen Beverages sells Pepsi, and it's not. That was why I did the Willy Wonka. That's why I added the extra logos. It's like Gatorade. You ever got a Gatorade? Well, It hits their warehouse first, then it hits the shelves that you actually purchased it from. And I'll tell you right now, the Gatorade electrolytes, the little small Gatorades, is it. But also a good just Gatorade in a can. You can get a few of them.
Yes, you've been to a lot of national parks lately.
No, but I bought a bunch.
Yeah, canned Gatorade is it's like a white whale. When you find it, you got to pounce on it. We don't distribute it, by the way. That's warehoused in.
Okay, well, I'm that person where I like cans. I'm fine with your plastic bottles, but give me a can. Ian from 701, that's my homie. He is one of the best classic bartenders. I don't know if you heard of 701.
I don't think so. No,
it's in downtown Ocean Springs. It is the hottest bar. It's him and Kevin Helms. He's from Gulfport, but they're classic bartenders, and they spend all day long perfecting drinks.
That's cool.
You need to check this place out. I love you, Ian. Dude, what did he say? Don't get me in trouble, LOL. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We're not saying anything. But no, like I just like, man, I know there's a bunch of cool sodas out now, different styles.
Yeah,
but get me a 12 ounce, and then all of a sudden you'll start bringing out the 16 ounces.
Yeah, we that was the single serve play because of the pricing. I don't think you've noticed, but since 2020, the pricing has gone up tremendously.
Oh, I know, because you can get a 2 liter cheaper than a. I bought you had a special running right here at Pure Country.
Yep.
I bought me some 2 liters of Pepsi. I think it was like 2 for $3 or $4.
Yeah, I think it's 2 for $4.
Yeah, and but yeah, no, I mean, I went and grabbed my Pepsi. Okay, this is what I did. Took me a little some Crunch Ice, filled that thing all at the top, ate me some sunflower seeds, and watched a movie. I have to give, like I'm telling you, my family's always been a Pepsi family. Besides my mom, which I don't claim you, okay? I love you, Mom. Mom's a Coke girl.
You only got one, dude. Come on. You only got one.
So you look at this situation. So you got all these different style drinks now. I mean, it seems like it's kind of like the bourbon collection now. I mean, it's like you blink. Remember when they used to only had a few bourbons?
Yeah. I mean, let me give my opinion on the bourbon thing, and I might get some heat from this.
Do it.
You drink enough of that, you get wasted. And I'm not tasting it anymore. I'm just drunk. And people are like, oh, yeah, you want to come have a bourbon tasting? It's like, oh, you want to get blackout and figure out how I can get home? But, I mean, I know some people, they build up a tolerance to it and they enjoy bourbons, but I'm more of a tequila guy myself.
Okay. Well, I just started going to tequila. We got Chris Smith in here from 601. I'm telling you, there's people all around. But I was telling him is when I started doing bourbons, it was $26 for an Eagle Rare.
Okay.
And now all these dads are buying, I mean, they're jumping up to 30, 40, 50, 60. But now you go into a liquor store, there's 30 different selections. And that's how I feel about the soda stuff. I'm not a person that wants a lot of selection. And
I wish that you were more of the people who work for PepsiCo, because they're all about some more selections. And this is why. I want you to explain what this is the game. They sell concentrate, right? The more concentrate and flavors they sell, the more they make. So if you think about it, the more flavors they sell and the more flavors they sell into national accounts, and they go into, like let's say they go into like Circle K and like, hey, we have an exclusive flavor Mountain Dew for you. It's called, Purple Thunder, which they do, right? You now have to carry that if you have a Circle K, and they automatically make more money out of nowhere because you have to buy an extra flavor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, just money.
Yeah, they're making it off of the liquid in the bottle, not but variety is the spice of life, as they say. And I do think that they put a lot of money in market research, man. They really, really dial in on what they think this is going to do, what consumers they think it's going to be, who's going to enjoy this beverage. They do spend the money on the market research. But you know what? I do think that in turn, with bringing all these brands out, that you lose sight of your core, which is right. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is our number one brand besides Gatorade. Gatorade is probably right now, because we picked up all the business in grocery. Mountain Dew was our number one trademark, and with all the flavors and all the things that they put that logo on, Kickstart, Mountain Dew Energy.
Do you think Days of Thunder had a big play on that?
Days of Thunder. You know where Mountain Dew came from?
What?
The Carolinas. Really? North Carolina. Yeah.
How'd they create it?
A family called the Minges family. They're still around. Their family. They listen to this. They're blessed with the birthplace of Pepsi in their franchise. So you can go to the store where Caleb Bradham invented Pepsi in 1898. Like, it's an actual place. And you can go down in the basement and see all his original equipment that he used to make the brand. I've been there. It's incredible. But they have that in their franchise.
They actually, they hear the stories about Coke, how they actually had cocaine, whatever.
Yeah, man, the original formula, the good formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it in there.
Did they do the same thing with Pepsi?
I have no idea.
Because, there was some type of medicines, right? So if you're like...
It was made for a stomach ailment. I think Pepsi, Pepsid AC. I think it was made for something to cure a upset stomach.
Some people told me about Mountain Dew, that Mountain Dew is the first energy drink.
It was.
Okay, so that's the correct thing.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
It was the first one that had the level of sugar and caffeine in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think one of the first energy drinks, I actually never really drank Red Bull. It was a Mountain Dew Amp.
This set's still around.
But that was my go-to.
That was back when it was in the little tiny slim cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just drank them, and then they started the Kickstart.
Yep.
So I'll grab them. A lot of us do though too is I keep you in mind, because
Appreciate you. Listen, your loyalty is
well,
unmatched.
because you're a local.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're not a distributor that has 100 distribution.
Yeah, I'm not the Gulfport wing of Allen Beverages. I am. Yeah, I'm just.
You and your sister feed y'all's employees, and
yeah,
do the best you can to stay alive.
100%. Yeah. I say this a lot to my employees. I say this a lot to people when they ask like what my job is. And if you boil down what my job is my job is to make decisions that take care of my employees. And if I take care of my employees to the best of my ability, they hopefully will take care of their job, which takes care of the company, which takes care of everything. And that's the mantra I lead by.
And that's kind of why I buy your products. I mean,
Well,
I buy it because I know. This is another question I was going to hit on with you. Is like, I've done work with a lot of people that have, they'll buy companies, build them up, sell them, and think about just making the money and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether the employees are taken care of or not, you're in the reverse. Like, you're more of, let's take care of the employees, take care of my people.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we get profits, you and your sister, y'all be, you just push.
We share it out, man.
Yeah. And you push on. But there's a lot of people that you see now in business where like, oh, I'm going to buy that building right there. And I'm going to just, bring up the numbers and sell it. And yet you don't have that mindset. Like, you're more about, every time I talk to you, you're like, it's always about my employees. It's all about my people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my favorite part, man. I always, I have a letter that I do. We do raises every October, cost of living raises. So whatever the Fed cost of living is, like, let's say it's up 3%, 5%, 4%. And that's what we give everyone a raise at the company, right? And I always have to like type up a letter and put it in everyone's check. And like, I think we do direct deposit now. So like, I think they email it to them or something. But one of the lines that I always put in there, I draft it. It's a little different every year, but one of the lines I've always put in there is that the human beings who work for this company are our greatest asset. Not the products, not the money, not, our greatest asset are the people who come to work who are just trying to do a good job, just want to get out there and do a good job. And then we have a few, man, there's some people that like this business gets in your blood. Like there's passionate people who work at this company who take their job serious, and the competition is fierce. The soda wars, they talk about that in the 80s and 90s. That thing is still rolling. This war has not stopped, so I take it to heart. I don't take it for granted, but the employees are my greatest asset.
Do you ever get like when you're doing these fixed bonus, income checks, like to increase these pay raises? Do you ever sit in your office and get like, does your stomach turn a little bit? Because how many employees do you have?
130.
So that's a lot of money in fractions. So it's like, do you ever just sit there and go,
No.
Okay.
You want to know why? Because I have people who will come up to me and say, hey, guess what? And I've known this guy since I was a teenager. And he's like, guess what, man? I'm like, what? He's like, I just signed on a house.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. He's like, and then I go in my office and I think, I just helped that guy get a house that he's always like, him and his family now have a nice place to live because he's working here.
I had a buddy, I was on the phone with him today. His name's Doug Stout. He's a owner of Starbuds, him and his wife.
Okay.
And we were talking about, he's a sponsor too of the run. And we're talking about sharing this one thing. And it was, he goes, he's got a lot of employees.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like 15 or 20 in the state, businesses. And they're like the top, I would say one of the top dispensaries. But he goes, man, that's one about me. And he goes, you're a lot like me. He goes, but, he made this kind of goes, if you're doing it for yourself, you're going to lose. If you do it because you enjoy it and your passion's in there and you care about people, that's when you're like winning. Like
well, everything else will come.
Yeah. And I thought to me, and he was like, me and you have that. Cause I was like, I told him, it's like, my goal, I mean, we've raised over $500,000 for the charity.
It's incredible, man.
It's my life's work though. I mean, now we got free mammograms and it's like,
yeah, you told me that.
But awesome. It's such a thing, but it's just like, I can't compare it to, having a bunch of employees, but it's just like, I guess when I first started, I was like, I want to make money when I'm
that's what everybody wants to do
in my 20s. But then as I was like, realized you get to meet people, and it's like, I love when people tell me stories about like we paid for their teeth, or we've helped them with treatment, and
I've done both
that's
of
my
those.
high. That's like
Mhm.
just to be able to sit with the person. It's like, hey, I appreciate you. Like I couldn't afford this, but I want you to tell you that what you've done has helped. And it's
You want me to tell you a story?
yeah,
Today I was finishing up. I moved in, like I told you, I was moved into my dad's new office, and I was going through. He had a file cabinet that had he had filed everything away, and one of the files I was going through, and I was shredding everything that he didn't need. He doesn't need tax returns from 1987. He doesn't need that anymore. But one of the files I found was Allen Beverage's Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund. And it was in a manila folder, and I opened it up, and it was letters of people from other bottlers, independent bottlers throughout the U.S. writing to my dad saying, hey, enclosed is a check for, $500 to put in your relief fund for your employees. Enclosed is a check for $10,000. Drew, hope everybody's safe, need to play golf again soon one day, that kind of thing. Here's 10 grand. Here's from the Carolina Canners. Here's $30,000 that we put together. That's 10 or 11 bottlers. Here's $30,000 we put together for the relief fund. So I'm going through all this, man, this is really incredible. It's 2005, September 2005. All these are stuff.
It's a month after the
Yep,
hit.
it's right after the storm. And so towards the back, I started seeing employees. They had filled out a form, and what was given to every single employee at the company after Katrina, and it was your name, your address, whether you owned your home or not. Did you get water? Do you have insurance? Have you gotten government assistance? What's the damage amount? And then what's your deductible? And it was in alphabetical order, and it was everybody. I was going through, I'm like, there's Dwayne Dice. There's Mike Hinton. He lost everything. And then in the back was a spreadsheet that my dad put up, and he had the total amount of everybody's, and then he had it all worked up, and then he had the donated amount, and then he had the amount that he added to pay for everybody's. It was $300 and something thousand.
Jesus.
And so he put people's roofs back on. He paid deductibles for people. We had some people who lost their entire house, and just finding that, I was like, I'm saving this. The reason why I'm saving this is because we're gonna have another storm, and I need a template.
And he never told you as a kid.
I never saw anything like that. I had to dig all that up,
at the
man.
time we were teenagers.
I was in college getting drunk, man.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2004 from high school, and I graduated from college in 2009.
Yeah, so but you just, because they missed it only 2 years later, so yeah, you were just.
I was in Starkville, Mississippi, at Mississippi State when Katrina hit. And then, we weren't allowed to come back down here for a month and a half. The National Guard had it all blocked off. And then I think we finally made it down a little later on in the fall.
Yeah, I was.
Where were you at?
I was living in Spanish Fort. We didn't really, we had a built-in generator in Baldwin County, and I was living over there. But I went and came home and partied with my buddy Jackie Sherman.
How bad was it over there?
It wasn't bad at all. I mean, but the thing is, the only thing I didn't like about that community is they didn't let people, if you didn't have a license to where we live, we have self-pump gas stations. I mean, it's the high end of the, I would say, Mobile area.
Got it. Yeah, it's like the Daphne.
You got to show your address to get gas.
Okay.
They're very strict about that, but I didn't stay there. I actually came over, partied with my buddy on Seaman Road. We went out to a couple parties. I remember we went out, and then we got pulled over.
During the storm?
The night of the storm.
Okay.
We got pulled over, and he did a sobriety test. He passed it. I mean, we're teenagers. He passed it, and but we went to sleep. I woke up, and it was we knew a storm was coming, but it's a hurricane. We're like,
we've grown up around him.
Yeah. It's our fine. Well, I remember waking up at his house, and I get up. I'm like, oh shit, and I knew everybody's going that way.
Yep.
Well, I was like, come on, Mama, let's go, because she was living on Big Ridge. Well, Mama already survived Katrina. We heard that 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't going nowhere. So I said, shit. I called my brother. It's like, all right, I guess we're staying for the hurricane. So I remember I had a Honda Civic, and I was just like, I had decked out like it was riced out. So I just remember going to my grandma's house,
I think
And
it was a muffler on that bad boy.
no, I didn't do. I don't like the loud noise. So,
Okay, so you
but
just had a
it
spoiler
was
on
purple,
there.
plum purple.
You have a spoiler on there?
No, it had rims though. It had really nice R&R wheels on it. It was a clean little car.
Good.
But
So you didn't go all the way.
No, I just because I couldn't. I didn't want like no. I mean,
You dipped the toe a little.
it's kind of like my Lightning. It's like I
Yeah,
have pretty much everybody's like
It's semi-stock. But
yeah,
not.
change your motor. I'm like I'm not changing my motor in a Ford Lightning 843. They made 843 in black.
Mhm.
I'm not changing the motor in a truck. I'm not lowering the back of it either. It's just I'm gonna drive a truck. Well, anyways, we go. So I remember pulling up to my grandma's, and I remember I went and got me some Keystone for me and my brother.
Is it a 30-pack?
Yeah,
Good for you.
And
God bless you,
my
Keith.
mom was sitting there with her cigarettes, going, "I did Camille. We'll do this one." Well, like my brother, like, "Oh shit." Well, that was one of our worst, scariest. I mean, you were in Starkville, but
Yeah.
I was watching trees uprip.
Mhm.
And then me and my brother had we had two chainsaws, and once the storm hit, we stayed there. You know, of course, my grandma was like, "This ain't nothing like Camille's way stronger," because they stayed on the beach.
Yeah,
I was like, all right,
well, the wind maybe. The problem with Katrina was the water. It just they said I forget what it was in Camille in 60 was it 69 or 60
it was 69.
They like recorded before the wind recorder broke at like Keesler Air Force Base. It was like something incredible. Like it snapped off. But Katrina was just a mess, dude. You know, and
But that's cool. Your dad. I mean, but that's like cool that like it was something he didn't share with you personally.
That's how he was, though, man. He didn't have. He was.
Can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us? It says your browser has lost connection to a mic. Can y'all hear us? Hey, Ian, can you tell me if you hear us? Oh, our mic is muted. All right, hold on. I have to restart this again. I don't know. Did you step on something?
I don't think so.
Okay. It happens, dude. Okay, we're back. All right, y'all there? Is the sound back now? Is the sound back now?
We back.
Sound check? Can y'all hear us? I hope y'all can hear us. It's some delay. It looks like it's working.
Yeah. I can see. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Check. Mic check. Yes, it's working.
Yeah, he's back.
Guys, I'm sorry. This is what you call duct tape connection here. A 2019 laptop. It's pulling through. But I do have it all saved, so we're good.
I can't believe that. That's a 19, man. It looks great.
It's a gaming laptop.
But no, that's just kind of. That just was kind of. He wasn't the kind of dude who was gonna be like, "Hey, son, look what I did." Like that's not. I had to find that in a file folder 5 years after he died.
You've been tear jerking a little bit lately.
Dude, I've been going through it for like a month. I've been going through it, man. But you know what? It's been good to get in there and kind of because I've been dreading. It'd been vacant since 2020. He passed away March 19th, 2020. It's been vacant, and I'm talking about the paperwork that he had in his hands when he was wheeled out in the ambulance was in the office on the desk. That's how vacant it was.
Was there and for the listeners, I mean, Andrew's dad was the president of Allen Beverages. Andrew was manager.
I was GM, yeah,
GM,
since 2017. Yeah.
And then Andrew tragically lost his dad and had to just jump right into the reins of.
Well, the crazy part is that like a month later the world shut down, and no one knew it was because COVID hit, and like. So like not only am I the GM, I'm also, a month of losing a dude who like I bounced ideas off of him. He was a sounding board. He was like I was lost. So I just clung to everyone around me. Like I was on a shipwreck trying to figure out how to get back on. And, I think it was the employees I have, getting to focus on them and focus on the job at hand and, focus on work and, having kids and being there for them and kind of got me through all that, and I internalized a lot of it. My sister was really, really beat up, dude. She was bad. They were super close. Their personalities were identical. They say stuff without thinking. They're hilarious. You know, they were very, very similar personalities, and they were really, really close because she was his only girl, right? You know,
and they kind of rule everything.
yeah. I have two. Trust me.
Girls rule the world.
You know, and as well as they should. They have better tempers sometimes. But you know what? I kind of had to be there and be like the Rock. I kind of had to be the one that was like, listen, I'm gonna have to have all the hard conversations with like attorneys, and I'm have to talk to like family members, and you know, there was an onslaught of folks who like my dad had dealings with that were like in the middle of deals that I had to like shut down. You know what I mean? Like where like he's like, hey, he had promised this amount of money to this, and I'd be like, listen, man, you know, that's done now. You know, I have to have conversations like that. There were a bunch of those in the first month and a half, 2 months.
Were you trying to please everybody, or were you?
No. I was just telling them it's not happening.
Okay.
It's not.
So you were just numb by then.
I'm shutting them down. Like I'm just shutting doors left and right. And you know, I said, you know what? It's not happening. I'm sorry. You know, that was him. I'm not him, and I can't make up for promises that he made. You know, you're gonna have to get with my stepmom, his wife, on that. You know,
it's a damn tearjerker podcast.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's a good thing because it's got heart, and it's like. And I, you know, you were there when Dad. I just lost Dad.
Yes, you just lost your dad.
So
too.
It's like, dude, I'm still going through these like good week, bad week, good week, bad week, and it's because it's December. I mean, it's still not there, and I'm like, I'll have dreams, and it's just like
he's in there.
Oh, he's. It's like I wake up and I'm like, he's not there. And it's like, Jesus.
There was a period of time, dude, where I was just waiting for him to like walk around the corner, and I'll be like, where the hell have you been? You know what I mean? And it's one of those things, man. They say that a buddy of mine told me he lost his dad in 2011 or 10 or 11. And it was tragic circumstances. He was super young. I mean, he was like 20, he was like 25, 24, 25. And the way he described it is like when you lose a parent, it's like you're in a shipwreck and you're holding on to the memory of that person, right? And you're just in the waves. The waves are the depression hitting you, right? And you'll have a bad day where that wave will hit you and you'll be underwater and then you'll get back up, right? But he said that as time goes on, the waves don't stop. They just get less frequent. So that's how it works.
It's one hell of a ride. It has been, like, I'll tell you right now, like, I've had some very tough weeks. And it's like, I was like, I don't know if I want to podcast anymore.
Yeah.
But Dad's favorite thing, he didn't kiss my ass every day. Like it was just more of like, it's more like.
You told me that he thought that was like one of the.
Oh, I made him like a booking guy for the podcast because he was like, one of my favorite things is your show. And I was like, what? It's like, no way. Well, I was like, leave me a comment every now and then.
My hobby.
Yeah, he's like, no. He's like, I got friends that want to come. I'm like, well, then book them. But you better find a good person with no ego. And he knew that, it's like I wanted a person because Dad had a big heart. And I was just like, him and my Uncle Tommy, they would call each other after my podcast and kind of discuss the show.
Oh, they're like the Siskel and Ebert of your podcast.
And like, I'm not going to ever stop, but it's like, shit. I'm like, it's kind of nice because I work a lot. So it's kind of nice to like.
So decompress, man.
Yeah. I mean, and you have your show too with Pepsi and you've hit on some big stuff. It's the Bottled Up
podcast.
Yeah, you can find it at allenbeverages.com.
We do one a month. Yeah. So I try to do one a month. I try to get them all recorded pretty quick, and then we'll just release one a month. Normally it's around the 15th of the month. You can get it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
And one thing you're gonna like about his podcast is, I mean, he comes with questions, and he's very. I mean, he'll go after like Brad and Brooke from the Shed. And he goes direct. He goes after his clients. That's definitely if you want to know like about SF Almonds, or didn't you do Scuba Steve?
I did Scuba Steve. I recently did the executive director of the Special Olympics in the state of Mississippi. That's the one we released like last week.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
She's good, man. She's really good. I've done Steven Stiglitz. I've done about 32 or 33 episodes, I think. So like one a month. So I've been doing it like 2.5 years.
And what do you think about doing podcasts? You enjoy it?
Okay. I gotta get a shout out to Brooke, Million O'Donnell. she was the one who brought this up to me and was like, "Hey, listen, I think we need to do a podcast." And I was like, "Get out of here! That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." So like, I was like, I'm trying to run a facility here and manage these people and sell soft drinks, and you're wanting me to do a podcast? It's like, when am I going to find time to do this? And then so she pitched it to me, and it took her a year to talk me into this. But then, like, I started, my marketing brain came on, and I was like, all right, so this is like long form testimonial content. You can get customers on, you can have, heartfelt discussions about how their business started. And then you can maybe kind of fit in there, about how am I doing as a vendor to you? How am I doing, compared to your experience with the competition? I think that I like the long form of it, man, because it lets you have more of a conversation, and it's not like that, hey, explain to me the Special Olympics in 5 minutes, now go. And this was the lady from the Special Olympics was her first podcast, and she was like, I'm really nervous. And I said, listen, this is a conversation. We're going to talk for 35 minutes. I'm going to ask you some questions. You know all these answers. And so she was like, at the end of it, she was like, this is my first podcast, and it went by super fast. I had so much fun, and so now I kind of see, I see that it's a separate form. It's like any kind of other advertising, man. It's like you have like digital media, you have out of home, you have straight television, and then a podcast is just another wing of advertising.
And I think that's cool. Let's give a shout out to Ashton, Carrick McEwen's wife. She just started with you.
Yes, Ashton's been with us since last October, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
She's great.
I know, but
Ashton's great. Ashton is, Ashton, congratulations on your recent child that you had. She just had a baby about 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago.
So her husband, I've done a lot of, he was one of his sister ran Slippery Sam's. We did the nighttime Slippery Sam's.
Were you a Slippery Sam's or a Wet Willie's man?
Slippery Sam's.
You were Slippery Sam's?
Yeah, I mean, that's Slippery Sam's all the way. Because like I said, like Carrick's sister, was working there, and it's me. Who else was Brandon Bailey, Michael McDermott.
Okay.
He has Pelican Point.
Yeah.
We were literally, they were Mercy Cross. We were St. Martin, but after like Friday night comes, we're all getting together. Like we didn't really hang out with Gulfport. So
yeah, we
Biloxi, D'Iberville, St. Martin.
Yeah, we Gulfport people hated Biloxi. That was a problem. Is that there was hatred in between you.
I know, 100%. Like it's the same thing with I kind of vibe with Ocean Springs too, but it was same. The main crew was St. Martin, D'Iberville, and Biloxi.
I hung out with some Long Beach folks. We went the other way.
Yeah, General J.
We went to my sister dated a dude from Long Beach, and when she was in high school, and she went to OLA, so she was over in that Bay St. Louis area, and so she would go to parties. I'd be like her young 12-year-old looking brother at a house party in Long Beach.
Let me ask you a question. Did you wear the upside down sun visor?
No.
Okay,
I'm not a visor man. I think I think you're wasting your money because you're losing. You paid for a full hat, but they forgot a portion.
So Allen Beverages will never do the upside down sun visor.
We're never going to do visors. Period. I don't think that visors should be a thing.
Really?
No.
How dare you?
Why?
I mean, I'd rock one every now and then.
Like they need to make you know what they need to do? They need to make a minimalist. They need to make a minimalist visor.
So this thing is. Let me look. It's still. Hold on. We're still there. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I've seen the recording. I want to make sure the recording's there.
What I'm saying, Jordan, is that they need to make a minimalist visor that it doesn't even have the front of the bill. It's just the bill with like a strip around it. No. It's the deep V-neck T-shirt of hats. That's what that is.
No. How dare you on sun visors?
No, I'm just joking.
I'm going to start drinking Coke.
You better not.
No, but if you look at that situation though, but you're from the coast.
Yeah.
You're not like, you've been around all your friends. Man, I'll call you and be like, I need this for this, or let's say the Pink Dress Run.
Mm-hmm.
I call you. You're like, dude, you're doing a good cause. We're coming in. And I love that about you because, like, I think you're not doing it like. Let's go to the first thing that I really started admiring about you is how you spend your WLX. You spend your WLX money or your advertising money,
Mm-hmm.
not for Allen Beverage, not for Andrew Allen at his office going like, come see us. You're like, nah, y'all get out, go find that business, Burrito Zone, the Shed. Let's do a full commercial and let's highlight them.
Yeah.
I want more people drinking, and you're smart. You started doing that before everybody. Like I started picking up on you. I ain't gonna lie. I started picking up on, like, I started doing that at the car lots before I knew you, but like I didn't see your ads, but I was just doing it with, like, when I started doing like Ray Brandt, I was just doing, I would just be like, I don't want to do the general manager. I want to do the employees.
Yeah.
So I would do videos with the employees, introduce yourself, go sell a car. But I didn't see any of your ads. And then probably a couple of years later, I'm like, we're doing similar kind of shit. And I started seeing you like really get into this, like
B2B, baby.
It was just like, I think we both were like, hey, but then you really full load your marketing where it's like, I mean, you shout out all your, like, if you want to, if you're in a business and you want to do fountain drink, like it's like, it's to him, it's the most important thing to get a client signed up to serve, a Pepsi product and have the fountain drinks. For bars, the one thing too is, and look, if you like Coke, I mean, if you want to have Coke on there, he's fine with that. But the fountain series of, like, you're going to get customer service. Like you're not going to like call, a place in Atlanta or something.
Yeah. You're not calling a hotline. You're going to call a person. Yeah. And I think that what people really want, honestly, and this is how I put it. People are coming to your restaurant because of your food. If you have an idea in your head that I have to have a certain beverage in my restaurant or people are not going to come, then you aren't putting enough faith in your food that you sell. It has nothing to do with the beverage, right? So if it has nothing to do with the beverage, then wouldn't you want a beverage company that actually wants to push your restaurant to give you the best pricing and service, who has your back if you have an emergency? You can call and say, hey, listen, I forgot I have this event tomorrow. I need some cans to give away. Can you get them here? Yeah, I have a hot shot ready to go. That's how we sell ourselves is, we're locally owned and operated. We're right up on Dido Road in Gulfport. When someone comes to you, you're going to have a point of contact. You're going to have a human being to call, whether it's service, whether it's, sales driven. We're like, hey, I need somebody to bring a bag out to me. I'm sorry. It slipped my mind. I didn't realize I was out of lemonade, something like that. That's what we do. That's what I hang my hat on. And that's a lever that I can pull as hard as I want, is how much I service my customer.
And that's what sets you apart.
That's my competitive advantage.
Yeah. I mean, cause it's like, you're like, you're not like, hey, grab a bunch of this merch.
No, I mean, so there's ways, and, I had to beef up my service department tremendously when we started these initiatives, because I wanted to make sure that the checks that our mouth were writing could be cashed by the tech support that we needed. And, I added a bunch of folks over there, that are willing to go on call and to handle this kind of stuff. But, whenever I took over in 2017, I was like, what's going to be my initiative? You're sitting, I remember sitting in, and you walk in the general manager's office, and once you're the boss, no one wants to talk to you unless it's an emergency or somebody's in trouble. Like, they're not like, hey man, how are you doing today, man? What's going on? So what happens is I'm sitting in there and I'm like, okay, so how do I do this? I know how to run routes. I know how to work in the warehouse. I know how to, fill a vending machine. I know how to sell. How do I inspire people to do what I want them to do? And how do I make sure that we're going to be successful? And where do I not have enough? And I realized it was in on-premises fountain business, and so we made a significant effort over the last 8 years to try to get into that business. And we've made some headwinds, and we've made some really good partners and customers. And my job is to help promote and shepherd them with whatever marketing materials they need, whatever advertising they need. That's my job, is to partner with them, truly partner with them, not sell them something and then be like, hey, pay me, see you later. It's what's going on in your business. Do you have an event coming up? Is there anything I can put on social media? Can I do a shout out for you with WXXV? Do you want to get on the podcast? Can I make a billboard for you? What can I do to partner with you? And that's what a partner does. They put skin in the game just as much as the other person does. It's not, my job's not to sell you drinks. Anybody can do that. My job is to make sure that people realize that you're out there and that you're a business, because then we're both going to be successful, because people are going to be drinking my drinks, eating your food. You're going to be ordering more product from me. It's symbiosis. You know, it works.
I think you're moving to that, and that's very authentic to it too. It's like, you're really like, you're not just trying to, you're like, hey, let's partner. And I love that about you. And I kind of try to, you know, I've definitely been modeling myself for a long time, like with, you know, I want to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, like, it's just like, you look at like, today, you know, with the insurance, you know, I had a good week, but I had this customer that, you know, that I had for like a progressive client that I couldn't get a quote. He had a kid is mentally ill.
Okay.
And they want to put him on the policy and rate him, even though he's not a driver. And it jumped up his policy. And, you know, it's not in every scenario, but I had to call him on the phone and be like, hey man, you might want to go to this local, you know, auto insurance place.
You did the right thing.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I really tried, but this is just not one we're going to win.
Yeah.
But here's this number, go call.
Exactly. You did the right thing, man. You treated the customer right.
I mean, I still won't understand why people need to know if you have a mentally ill kid in the household. I mean,
yeah, I don't know how insurance works.
Oh,
man.
dude,
I know it's a whole nother barrel of monkeys.
Because I'd bring it up and I'd be like, you know, I'm not gonna say his name, but it'd be like, hey, it's showing up X, and you could tell it's a soft. I mean, he's a retired ER doctor.
Okay.
And but I could tell in his heart when I brought it up, showing this person, he's like, he doesn't have a license. You could just tell him like, well, I'm sorry, man. And then I called him the day before you came in. I just told him, it's like, hey, gotta jump ship, you know. I got your house.
Yeah. We're not gonna be able to bundle here, my man.
Yeah. And I was on the phone with them going, this doesn't make sense. And they're like, well, and I was like, no, it makes sense. Cause like, I mean, I'm a Shriner's kid. Yeah. You know, like you know, to me in the insurance right now in the insurance, whoever's in your house is counted, whether they have a license or not. The system
towards a liability.
Oh man. Yeah. He went from, you know, it jumped his rate up.
It's crazy.
And I mean, I was like, and it's like, cause I'm still asking them these questions. Like, wait a minute. You know, I understand like a child or a teenager with a license or a brother living at the house, but you know, a disabled person. Like,
so, I mean, okay, this kind of hits close to home to me because I have a little brother who's disabled, right? When he was 3 years old, he had a traumatic brain injury, and he's been nonverbal living with my mom since 1992. You know, so I have a younger brother his name's Darby, and so I was not aware of this.
I mean, it's in every carrier stuff, and
it's wild.
I hope I don't it's not just it's not just Progressive or the big brands.
It's
just they have to know who's all in the household.
It's a policy thing.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow. I was like, I was sitting there arguing with them, like, there's no way, like, I can't sit there. Number one, they didn't bring him up at all to me. It's not there, but they're just asking for insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you ask it was a sore subject, and I'm like, nah, that I'm going to bat. Dude, I've been on the phone for 2 hours going to bat today. like it was like, I was like, no, we're going to get answers. And I finally got them, but
wasn't the news you wanted though.
I didn't know. I was like, man, come on. And I was like, I will send you other places.
Yeah.
And I'll respect you, but like, yeah, man, this is just how I think about my clients. Like in the same way, I mean, the same way you think about your partners, they're not a fast, for you, it's not a fast cash grab.
No. I mean, there's a level of investment that goes on every restaurant customer that we do.
I think that you're getting stronger and stronger because you are beating everybody, because there's not one person I've ever heard say Andrew Allen is not a person of the community. Like, I'm serious, because everybody's like, I see you on everything. You sponsor, you're part of the community. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be. I live in it.
but it's fucking awesome.
I mean, yeah, you that was always something that, I mean, that comes from my grandfather.
So your dad and your grandfather were the same way?
My grandfather was huge, dude. I was going through stuff today. I saw my dad had a resume, right? I don't know why this dude had a resume in 1993 or something, but I got some catching up to do to hit up the amount of boards and community service and stuff that he was involved in. Like, I'm an operator of a facility. He was a man, a philanthropic machine. He was a man of the people. He was on Salvation Army, Red Cross. He did stuff for the, what was it? Tourism Commission. He was on board. Like, he did Rotary. He was on all kinds of community boards. And, I'm more of a GM type. I'm more of I come into the office every day. I put out fires. I help with things that go problems. I steer the ship, right? That's what I do. He liked being an owner, not an operator. I like being an operator. It's my thing.
But you just hired somebody, and that's kind of...
No.
You're still going to do...
Oh, 100%. No, the guy I just hired is replacing my CFO. He's training right now to replace our CFO. So he's going to be doing that. He's learning the ropes right now.
Is he having fun?
I think he is. Do you know Seth Tolles?
I mean, I know of him. I don't know personally.
That's who it is.
I mean, I know of him. Like I said, so I'm saying for because I mean, like you said, I mean, you're the, president, CEO, whatever. Like,
president, general manager. Yeah.
But showing up, but you show up before him. I mean,
no, not really.
Really? Okay.
It's about the same. Listen, man, I've showed up to work as a route supervisor, 5:30, 5 o'clock for years. I said the number one thing that I'm going to do when I become GM is I'm not showing up at 5:30 in the morning. It's not happening. Okay, so I get up with my daughters around 6 o'clock in the morning. I have breakfast with them. They go off to school at like 7:15, 7:20. Then I'll take a shower, get dressed, and go to work. I'm hopefully at work by 8.
That's still early.
That's good enough.
Yeah, and what time do you leave?
Depends on what I have going on. I might stay there till 4. I might stay there till 2. Depends on what I got going on. It's depending on what day it is.
Paul. Yes, he was. Mitchell Distributing, another great sponsor of ours. Hey, Paul, Noble. I got on the phone with Jeff today. Guess what? They're going to do a pink lemonade Carter's Champions seltzer. He goes huge in the Boy Scouts too.
Yeah, my dad was he was an Eagle Scout. He was huge with the Boy Scouts. Speaking of that, I owe the guy I was supposed to call. I was on a conference call today, and a guy from the Boy Scouts texted me. We have the Drew Allen Memorial Golf Tournament every year, and I think we had it at Wind Dance last year. And
bring it back to Wind Dance.
I'm not in charge of it. We just sponsor it. But yeah, the guy's name is Micah. I forgot to call him back. So Micah, I don't know if you're listening or if you find this, but I owe you a phone.
He is a busy guy, and it took me 6 months to get on the podcast.
It's not true.
He's.
I saw you in April, and you said, "Hey, do you want to do it?" I said, "Yeah."
But no. So, and I definitely, I know you're owner operator, but I definitely want you a big part of Carter's Champions. Yeah, and I think that's something you're going to see new this year at the run. Like I said, Paul, I don't know if I broke the news to you, but Memorial approved. We're going to have free mammograms. They're going to do a light testing, and if people, if there's something they see, then you'll get a free voucher for a mammogram. I think this is huge for a charity.
It's a big deal, man.
Yeah, it's I've been working so hard on this.
It's what 4 years in the making.
It's 2.5, 3.
Yeah,
and that's huge. Thank you to Memorial. But yeah, free mammograms is going to be what I was always telling them. It's like, we're raising a good bit of money, but like, I want to try to catch it early.
That's the key. That's the key to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to catch somebody at stage 4.
Yeah. That's the key is to get it and then get it out and be done with it.
Yeah. And that was like, kept telling John, it's like, dude, we have to have some insight. And John was, I'll tell you what, we'll drive each other crazy, but this has been a very, John don't remember this because we've always done our events together for the last decade. And me and him were sitting there and we're like, one day maybe we can do mammograms. And it was a late night, at I think we're at Shandy.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, we got to figure this out. We got to have a voice towards this. And we finally pulled it off. John went and had that meeting with, had that meeting. He's better at meetings. I'm on Hinge, and
John's good in a meeting.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yes. Because he got blue eyes. I just have brown eyes.
He just looks at you.
He's like, hey y'all. Hey, how's it going, y'all?
He hits you with that.
John Glenn Carter here.
That's right. He hits you with that smooth.
But one thing I'll tell you, people can say whatever they want. John Carter to me is we build each other up, and we keep it that way. And it's like our phone calls are this is what I got done today. He goes this and this. And then we talk about, hey John, how you playing guitar? And it was huge. When I got that phone call from him that this was a done deal, I was like, I mean, this is our life's work. I mean, this is something that we're bringing the community together. And guys, another thing too is we actually have the city of Gulfport this year. Shout out to Rebecca. Shout out to Hugh Keating. Ron Rowland. I hope you get better, buddy. But the city said they want to make this their signature event.
It's a good one to do.
Well, I mean, I live here. I said I live here, raise money here.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have anybody, come out to the Pink Dress Run, pinkdressrun.com.
What's the date?
October 18th.
Okay.
And you can sign up right now. I mean, August 1st. So right now you can use you can sign up and save $5. Ends August 1st. The user code is earlybird. Go to pinkdressrun.com. But I want you to understand that when you buy a ticket, we don't have a bank account. That's what people don't. We don't have a bank account. Our money goes straight to the hospital. And we got to figure out how to, the hospital does help us reimburse for t-shirts and stuff.
Right.
But it doesn't go to us. Like, that was our mission. And it's something that, like, I want y'all to understand, like, there's so many people getting sick at a young age. Like, it's bad.
It's getting worse.
So since it started 10 years ago, it was like hearing somebody having breast cancer at 30 was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's getting way worse now.
I mean, they're seeing a lot too. Like, I think with colon cancer and stuff in men, like, it's getting younger and younger and younger. Like, when you turn in 40?
I'm doing it my 40th year.
Me too.
1 year. We are getting older.
When are you turning 40?
September 17th, 1986.
I'm April 24th, 86.
Okay, so you're older than me.
Yeah, I mean,
way older, actually.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My
head was I was holding that thing up probably a lot before you were born.
Well, I was in a cast all the time, so Emily's going to be August 14th. She will be 39. So I get a month to just grill her. She's class 04, I'm 05, so I get a one.
Oh yeah. I'm 04.
Yeah, no, so I was September 1st is the
cutoff
next year.
Yep.
So
my daughter is the 12th.
Well, man,
September.
It's been a great thing. Are you hiring people?
Always.
Okay, guys, if you're looking for a job, I'd work for a family business.
Yeah, we're always hiring. We always need summer help. A lot of our summer help is starting to go back to school and college and stuff. So we actually have some helper spots open on trucks. If it's something that you want to try out or you want to see what it's all about to be a delivery agent, and just get out there and talk to people and deliver some product. And, I wish I could tell you that it's not hard. It's really, really hot out there. But it's, if you like physical work, if you like, talking to folks, you like being out in the community, you like delivering product, you like something that's challenging, come on, we'll take you on. And if you have a 90-day probation period, something that you're like, hey man, this isn't my thing, you can walk away. But, one of the things that I always say is that, if you give me the respect of giving me a 2-week notice, you can always come back. But if anybody leaves without 2 weeks, you don't come back. That's my ironclad rule that I do not break, is that if you don't give me 2 weeks and at least the decency to have let me hire someone in to replace you, then you're never coming back.
And I will say with that, allenbeverage.com. Guys, if you go out and you need to buy, if you want to buy the beverages, you go to allenbeverage.com. They have a whole list of products. I'm going to send this off with 100% know your dad's proud of you.
Thank you.
But if you go buy any kind of product, keep in mind it is a Mississippi local distribution company, and it employs a lot of people. And like he just told the story of during Katrina, his dad made sure his people were taken care of, and it wasn't like a look at me thing. I think the Allens will go down as one of the greatest families because it's not about them, it's about the community. So I love you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on full rotation. I got some really cool artists coming up. I just had to take a break. I talked about it a little earlier about my, dealing with losing my dad. Podcasting is great, but at the same time, when you work 60 to 70 hours a week and then you just got a 7-year-old, you're just like, maybe I should just watch a little YouTube food cooking shows or something. I just, mental health is very important, but, guys, thank you so much. And like and subscribe, everything we do. Jordan Durham podcast, Allen Beverages. I hope you enjoy this podcast, guys. We love you. Make sure you drink Pepsi. You know what? Gatorade. Every time you drink Gatorade, it goes to that boy. But
I do want to say too, if you're in Gulfport School District, we're glad to be your official partner this for the next 4 years. So I'm very, very proud of that accomplishment that my alma mater is now an official Pepsi school. So.
And then also too, if you got people if you work at a local restaurant, you're a local restaurant owner, give Allen Beverages a shot at your fountains.
Yeah, if you want to know how to do it, I mean, you just go to our website. You can click on the new business tab, send an email. Just contact us. There's an email address if you're interested. If you're having any issues with service or anything like that, and you're just interested in see what brands we have, or you just want someone to come chat, we're open to anything. So I really appreciate it.
Love you guys, and love the Gulf Coast.